Hey guys, my name's Justin and welcome to Houseboro, where we care about the design behind designer luxury. And if you do too, make sure to subscribe. Am I ever gonna do one of these normal? So for today's video, I wanted to do a little update video on my small puzzle bag from Loewe. This one just so happens to be the Sprite puzzle from the Loewe My Neighbor Totoro collab. Totoro! But I'm just gonna come from it like it's just a regular puzzle bag and then also speak a little bit to some of the more specific details, but I'll make note of when it's something that's like particular to this bag. I've had this bag for like 2 years at this point, right? It's been 2 years since the Totoro collab. Oh my god, I'm getting old. And I've used it quite a lot. So for my update videos, I still use the same criteria as my like full bag reviews, and that's 5 different categories of design, durability, comfort, investment value, and impact, like visual impact. But then the difference is we're gonna see how or if the scores have changed, as well as like the wear and tear along the way, just where it's relevant. So let's get started. So the first point is design. So of course it's not like the design of the bag has changed. That being said, I've seen a lot of other people's puzzle bags, their shape changed because the leather softened a bit over time. But I have to say, like, the shape of this bag, at least for me, hasn't really changed. But I also like stuff it when I put it on my shelf, like when I'm not using it. Hold on, I'm gonna take out the stuffing really quick and we're gonna see if it's actually changed at all. Okay, so I took the stuffing and then I'm taking the straps out. I keep my straps like coiled up like this on the inside of the bag, just so A, it's with the bag, and B, it's not like dangling around. But okay, so that's it. Oh, it is a little slouchier than probably my first review about it I did. I can also link that up here, it'll be down in the description, I'm sure. But it definitely doesn't look as slouchy as some other people's. But there is definitely like that little dip there that I don't mind. I think it's also kind of easy enough to like get rid of it by just smacking it. And then looking at the bag, honestly, like the only other changes to the design is like these little tabs are a little bit more floppy now because they're one of the parts of the bag that are touched the most often. And then looking at the handle, it does have, maybe I'm crazy, but like it does feel like softer now. Like it feels like it like sags a little bit more. I don't know. There's definitely no like slouching on the bottom of the bag. It really is just contained to like the top. And a little bit on the sides just because like I've traveled with this bag and I moved with this bag. So of course there is going to be a little bit of wear for it being like folded flat for like however many, like 12 hours or something like that. So that's like just the general structure of the bag, but then I did want to talk a little bit about some of the details that are specific to this bag, mostly like the marquetry. I know one of the concerns I had when buying a bag that had marquetry details on it was like, oh, are like the little pieces of leather gonna like fly off? Are they gonna like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, are they gonna fall off, or would you be able to see some wear there somehow? And really, when I'm looking at it, the details are still just as beautiful as ever. I guess that's kind of the point of marquetry, that it kind of just becomes one piece of leather. So for me, I'm still very happy about the way that this bag looks. I mean, you tell me. I think it looks still like close to new. So when I reviewed this bag earlier, I gave it a score for design that was like 9.5, 9.5, and I think I would keep it. I still think it's, I don't know, beautiful, amazing, never been done before.
Show-stopping, spectacular, never the same.
Vomit on it? No, that's a different one. Okay, so now let's talk about durability. I think one of the main topics when we're talking about like an updated bag review, right? Honestly, I said this last time, and I think I'm gonna say it again, but like I don't really notice wear on this bag. Maybe it's a combination of the quality of leather, but also like the color of the leather. Okay, I do see a couple of things. Leather has like a texture to it, right? Like you can see kind of like the skin aspect to it. Like if you look at your own skin, you can see like there's little like cracks and crevices that make up like the skin cells. I don't know. On the corners, there's no scratches or anything, but you can see it's kind of buffed, so it's a little bit flatter. and it looks a little bit cleaner than maybe like the middle underside of the bag. I mean, I'd gladly take like a buffing over scratches any day. I'm actually not really missing those like metal feet that the larger, like I think it's a medium puzzle has. I'm looking at like all the stitching, especially on like the zipper pulls. I don't see any like loose threads or anything like that, any loose stitches. And of course there's gonna be scratches on the hardware because like, hello, I use the crossbody strap like every single time I wear this bag. I would even say like the scratches are minimal, and sure, maybe I see like a decent amount of micro scratches, but who's looking at this bag that closely besides me? Again, I have to say I'm pretty impressed. I'm not noticing anything upsetting, which is good because I didn't really feel like crying on camera today. Hold on, let me look at the strap too. The hardware on the strap is actually really good, even though this is the part that like moves the most, I feel. I would almost say like it's maybe better than the actual hardware on the bag. Oh no, okay, there's some micro scratch. It's the same. It wears the same. Same here. I don't see any cracks in the like black edging on the strap, which I feel like when you have those lower quality, I mean, whatever, I'm gonna be real.
The only thing that is artificial or fake about me.
When you have like lower quality bags and you see the edges and like the edge of the leather that's used a lot, you'll see like wrinkles or even like rips and things like that, and I'm not really seeing anything. Maybe I'm seeing a little bit of scratching, but that's also probably because I'm not the most gentle person with this bag. I know last time for durability, I gave it a 9, but honestly, I think I'm gonna have to up that score. I'm gonna give it a 9.5. Next up, we have comfort, which I know I mentioned part of comfort is like the versatility that a bag has, how many ways you can carry it, but I do also think what's important is like the way it feels when you're like touching it, when it's in your hand, and the softness of this leather is like, it's still like so buttery, and like I was talking about this earlier, but like the handle is so pliable, like it almost feels like you're holding like a firm clay. Not like super firm, but like kind of like a medium firm clay. I don't know if that means anything. It doesn't mean much to me, so you know. I don't know, there's like just a really like rich kind of feeling. Like I said, the strap is worn really well, but the bag is worn even better, where like this is still one of my most like pleasurable bags to touch and hold. I know that sounds weird, sorry, you're gonna have to deal with it. Like I said, it's so buttery, like.
Darling, look what I've brought back.
I can't believe it's not butter.
For comfort, the experience has not degraded. If anything, it's gotten even better. Last time I gave it a 10, I'm gonna have to give it a 10 again. So next up we have investment value, which is kind of difficult to talk about because this is a bag that I do use, and most of the listings I see for bags like this are for like mint condition, brand new, unused, whatever you want to call it. And I did see one of these over the past few months sell for like $3,500, which I think is almost twice what it went for retail, I think. I don't know, it was also 2 years ago, I don't really remember. But sure, like because I'm using it, it's not holding on to the value as well as it could be, but also like I don't care about that. But the fact that we are still seeing mint condition bags like this going for almost twice the retail value, I would still say it is still a great investment value. Last time I gave it an 8, I'm gonna keep that score. And when I say like this, I mean specifically like this bag. I know I said I was gonna talk about like the bag in general, but I think this is one category that's kind of difficult to like do it together, because I know like for regular puzzle bags the resale value is just, it's less than MSRP, and that's just like how it is. So I guess like for a regular one I would probably give it like a 5, but then for this one specifically I would give it an 8. Alright, so the last category, as always, is impact. As in visual impact, as in how much attention are you gonna get? When we're talking about like the typical puzzle bag, it is a very subtle design. I know for a fact people would compliment you on the bag without knowing what Loewe is because they think that the bag design is interesting. I've gotten compliments on this bag from people who had no idea what these little dots are. They're like, oh, I love your bag shape. What are those things? I mean, I'll take it. Any boost to my ego, you know. I mean, when it comes to like whether or not people can recognize this, I mean, that hasn't really changed over 2 years. So I think I'm just gonna keep that score. It was at a 9, I'm gonna keep it there. Alright, so last time this bag got a 45.5. This time it got a 46. So it still is in like that low A territory, but it did improve. I'm actually kind of excited to see how this bag will do like in 5 years and how the score of that changes. But yeah, it still is, it's a good bag. I'm really like impressed with how great the quality is and how it's been maintained for so long. So I definitely recommend A, Loewe puzzle bags, and B, any of these special puzzle bags that get like little designs and things like that. I think that's one thing where you don't really have to worry about like the quality of it changing over time. Like this still feels as if the same way as when I took it out of the dust bag 2 years ago. And then like looking at the scores for like all the other bags, this is actually my highest rated one now, which is not really a surprise. It's a small puzzle from Loewe. All of those things are already winners, and then adding on top the My Neighbor Totoro details from the collab, like, of course this is gonna be like high up there. I don't know, this is like my ride or die. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think this bag still holds up? I know like a lot of times like these limited edition bags, half the time they kind of like fall flat in a few years, and then the other half they like shoot up with like attention and like value and stuff like that. I don't think I've really been seeing anything like that about this stuff. So I don't know, I want to get your opinions on what you think about it. I love hearing from you guys. But that is all I have for you today. So if you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. It lets me know that you like this kind of content and that you too care about the design behind designer luxury. Until next time, yeah, like and subscribe. Okay, bye! Until next time. Yeah, until next time. Goodbye.